Hello folks, welcome back to the show here on FlickDirect, where I give you guys the latest that happened in movie news throughout the week, and then I give you all my personal take on the matter at hand. I'm your host, Austin Putnam, and to start off this week's show, we have some great news regarding the Suicide Squad. So, the Suicide Squad is James Gunn's soft reboot slash kind of sequel to David Ayer's Suicide Squad that came out in 2016, a film that, I'm not gonna lie, I rather enjoyed myself. Now, to be fair, it's not a particularly great film. I loved it when I first saw it, but upon further rewatches, I find it to be a decent, watchable action movie. Really nothing more than that, with great performances from Will Smith and Margot Robbie. But as we all know, ever since that James Gunn had signed on to write and direct Suicide Squad, it has been known it would be a soft reboot, and the cast has finally been announced, and let me tell you guys, this cast is not only is this a stacked cast, but there are so many big names. So let's jump into who is in the Suicide Squad. Now, on James Gunn's Instagram page, he had posted the full cast of the Suicide Squad with the caption of "Don't get too attached," which means some characters are gonna die. But anyways, this is among the cast of the Suicide Squad, and among them are John Cena, Jai Courtney, Nathan Fillion, who I think is a great choice, Joel Kinnaman, Sean Gunn, Storm Reid, Pete Davidson, one I did not expect, Taika Waititi, to which, hell yes, Peter Capaldi, Jennifer Holland, Viola Davis, Idris Elba, Margot Robbie, and Michael Rooker. Now, there are tons I did not mention only because there are a couple I do not know, but just knowing that Nathan Fillion, Taika Waititi especially, I was not expecting Taika to be in this. I mean, I love Taika Waititi, not only as a filmmaker, but as an actor, so knowing that this cast is in this film, I'm more than happy to see this even more so now. But soon, they are starting principal photography for, I think it's a 2021 release date, then following right afterwards, James Gunn is working on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, so other than that, I love this cast, and I cannot wait to see this movie even more so now. The next thing I'm about to talk about here is not really a news topic, it's more of a discussion topic, and I thought it'd be cool to bring this up because a lot of people have been talking about this, but Avengers Endgame not only killed at the box office, surpassing Avatar, to which it's about time that happened, but there has also been a lot of talk for its Oscar buzz, to which I don't think it's gonna personally happen, even though I definitely think that Endgame should be nominated for Best Score. Alan Silvestri's score was amazing, also visual effects. Picture, I don't think is gonna happen, but I would love for it to happen. But the most brought up thing in terms of Oscars for Endgame is Robert Downey Jr.'s performance, to which, do we think he should be nominated? And personally, I think he should be. In terms of supporting performances this year by an actor, I have not seen one as strong as Robert Downey Jr.'s. Now, I know a lot of people bring up a whole lots of people, but personally for me, I think that Robert Downey Jr. hit every single correct core when it came to his performance in Endgame. Now, yes, is he just playing Tony Stark again? Yes. But the character arc that Iron Man Tony Stark has had, from Iron Man going to Endgame, is one of the greatest arcs I have seen in superhero film, easily. Avengers Endgame should be nominated for Robert Downey Jr. The performance and that gravitas he brings this time to Tony Stark, I feel like was something that he had never brought to the character before. Next up, we have some news surrounding the horror genre, and that is that Paul Feig is directing an original monster movie called Dark Army. Now, if you guys don't know who Paul Feig is the man who brought us Bridesmaids. He also brought us Heat with Melissa McCarthy and Sandra Bullock, a film that I think is quite underrated. Also, he did bring us the Ghostbusters remake, to which I'm not gonna lie, and I'm gonna get some hate for saying this, I didn't mind the remake. But he also did bring us A Simple Favor, to which I have heard nothing but great things about, to which I will check out. So, knowing that Paul Feig is going from comedy to horror, but then again, here's the thing. But here's the thing though. When it comes to comedic filmmakers or just comedians in general going into the horror genre, it's been proven to work excellently, actually. From Jordan Peele, as you all know, being one of the greatest comedians out there, going to Get Out, and then Us, and then John Krasinski going from The Office to A Quiet Place. If they can do it, Paul Feig could do it. Now, I don't know too much about Dark Army in terms of its plot details, but all that I know is that Paul Feig is making an original monster movie called that, and I'm excited to see what he comes up with. I mean, I'm a big fan of him as a filmmaker, and I really am curious to see how he approaches a monster movie. On to our second and final news story, we have some news surrounding It, and that is that there might be a supercut of chapters 1 and 2 combined. So Andy Muschietti, the director of It chapters 1 and 2, did come out recently and said that there just might be a supercut of both chapters combined. I don't know how I feel about this because, well, I absolutely loved It Chapter 1, and it was everything that I wanted from part 1 of that miniseries. Chapter 2, I feel like, didn't quite reach the heights of Chapter 1. I mean, Chapter 2 is definitely a very good film. It's well constructed with some very good scares. But the thing is that I didn't really feel scared whatsoever by It Chapter 2. I mean, it was definitely more of a comedic film that has some scares in it. But for some reason, I don't know why they decided to do this. I just feel like that they want to make Chapter 2 a much more comedic movie than more a scary movie, to which it didn't make sense to me. Given that Chapter 1, I believe, is about 2 hours and 20 minutes, and Chapter 2 is almost 3 hours, so combine all that together and you have just over 5.5 hours worth of movie. Now, I don't mind a long movie as long as it calls for it. Like, for example, Kill Bill, Quentin Tarantino had stated that there was going to be the whole bloody affair, which combined Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. Now, that I would love to see combined together. I don't think they've done that, actually, that I know of at least. Chapter 2, I feel like didn't have to be 3 hours long. I mean, the announcement made me very excited given to which content could be in part 2. However, when I saw the movie, it was entertaining nonetheless, but still, I still feel like that part 2 could have easily been cut down 10, maybe 20 minutes. Knowing how part 2 didn't quite stack up to the amazingness, to me at least, that chapter 1 was, I don't know how I'd feel about a supercut of It. And on to our final topic today. Once again, this is not a news topic, but rather a discussion topic instead. So when we go to the movies, we see a ton of trailers these days. If I remember correctly, the last time I went to the movies, I think it was for It Chapter 2, and I actually went to go see a movie with the general audience. And when I saw Chapter 2 of It, I want to say I saw close to 10 trailers. I think the medium length of a trailer is about 1.5 to 2 minutes. The topic I want to bring to you guys is this: how many trailers is too much before a movie starts, particularly for a long movie like, say, for example, It Chapter 2, or Blade Runner 2049, or Lord of the Rings, or even, I'll go so far back as I was saying in the 50s, Ben-Hur. Because here's the thing, when it comes to seeing trailers before a movie now, I love watching trailers for a movie. I really do. I actually make it my goal to make it to the movies early just to see all the trailers before a movie starts. Even if I've seen that trailer a billion times beforehand, seeing that trailer in a movie theater, I feel like makes the trailer even better depending on the trailer itself. Because here's the thing, I went to the movies a couple of months ago and I cannot remember exactly which movie it was, but I remember it was a late night showing of something. I think it was an IMAX movie if I remember correctly, but there were so many trailers that at one certain point I was just thinking, okay, if the trailer stopped here, that'd be great, but it kept going on for even more, and I just thought, okay, when is this damn movie gonna start? But personally for me, I think that in terms of how many trailers should be shown, I think there should only be 5. Any more than that is just overkill at that point. Just a little discussion topic I wanted to bring about with you guys. Alrighty guys, and that is going to do it for this week's show. Please comment down and let me know below, how do you all feel about the full cast for the Suicide Squad? Are you all even more excited about this film, or do you wish that there was another Suicide Squad, given to how many people felt about the 2016 Suicide Squad? Also, how do you all feel about a supercut of It all combined together in one singular movie? Do we feel like that chapter 2, since it was a little bit too long, it should be maybe cut down just a tad bit more for the supercut? Also, when it comes to Endgame, should Robert Downey Jr. be nominated for an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for his performance? Also, how do I all feel about Paul Feig making an original monster movie called Dark Army? And finally, when it comes to movie trailers, how many do you guys think should be shown at the movie theaters before a movie starts? Should it be more than 5? Should it be less than 5? Should none be shown at all? Let us know below. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's show. If so, please hit that like button, share, subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell for whenever a new video from us goes live. If you guys want to see any of our previous 2 shows, please click either right there or there. And of course, until next week's show, we will see you guys next week. Have a great week.